Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Motor Mike Media, and as always, I'm your host, Motor Mike. Now, today's an exciting day on the channel. If you stayed up to date with my latest and greatest videos, you would know I've been hinting about a project car. Well, that day's today. I'm going to go out there and give you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at it and an unveiling. So before I do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit of the background about this vehicle, as well as giving you a couple hints about it. So this vehicle is actually for my dad. He normally gets leases. Every 2 or 3 years he gets a new vehicle. He always likes having a newer car, but we all know that everything's getting more expensive, and lease deals aren't as good as they used to be. As well as everything going on in the world, money's tight. So without any good lease deals out, my dad wanted something that he can get for the winter time, and he decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet and just do it. So he went online. He wanted something that was cheap, reliable, had four-wheel drive. His current lease vehicle is four-wheel drive. He really likes that feature. He wanted something that was easy to get into. Now his current vehicle is kind of lifted up high where it's hard for him to get in and out. And he wants something that had a little bit of space in there. So there's a little bit of criteria for you guys. So we drove about an hour to go look at the vehicle. And when we looked at it, well, it was a little rough, to be honest. There was some rust, some pretty big dings, dents, scratches. You can tell that someone tried to repaint part of it to cover some of the rust. But we got inside and the interior is in really good shape. And he drove it there and he loved the way it drove. I drove it home about an hour and I loved it. Overall, it was a great experience. All the power features worked, powertrain was nice and smooth, and the ride was smooth. So without further ado, I'm going to show you this new vehicle. But before that, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It means so much to me if you would. I have a goal to get to 1,000 or more by this time next year, and you guys can be part of that. Well, let's go to the garage and check out this new project vehicle. Alright, is everyone ready? We'll find out 1, 2, 3. Here it is. It's a Jeep. Jeep Cherokee Sport 2000. So, it's not perfect. We'll go across, you can look in the fender. There's a couple dents, pretty good sized dents. Coming down to the rocker, you can see how the back here is starting to rust. You can tell it was painted over. A little bit of rust over here on the door. Going to the back side, excuse the sun. You can see that big dent. And it's kind of in a bad place, starting to rust. Going to the back here. You can see the scratches. The plastic's fading here, but we can change those caps out. Scratches across. Faded bumper. This side's actually pretty good. Not too bad. You can see that there's a dent right here. And once again, a rocker that's rusting away. Someone tried to paint over it. And you can see right there a little bit of rust. So let's go into the interior, guys. Going in, you can see the seat's ripped. This is just a pad that allows it to have a heated seat function. Aftermarket, got it from Amazon. Getting into the vehicle. Close the door. The old school Chrysler switchgear. And the dash. Now the dash is in really good shape. The gauge cluster, nice, simple, nothing more than you need. Steering wheel, leather wrapped. There's no cruise control on this vehicle, no buttons here. It's the old airbag system. This is the same steering wheel that you would find on the Wrangler of this era. Going to the center stack, a nice simple radio. And this is actually not the stock radio. One of the previous owners updated it. This one has CD and cassette. The original one only had cassette. And then look at those climate controls. Nice simple knobs, easy to use even with gloves on. Below there you have other buttons, your rear wiper, defrost buttons. You have 2 power outlets. You have this old school automatic shifter, which feels nice. Then you have your transfer case right here. 2 high, 4 high, neutral, and 4 low. It's nice to have it right here. You can just use it when you need it. And then you have a parking brake. Like I said, this dash is still in good shape. There's no cracks anywhere. Yeah, the steering wheel leather is it's a little worn, but this is an old vehicle. But overall, a nice place to be. There's the back. You can see the speakers on the roof. Spare tire. Overall, it's a cool Jeep. I've always liked these. If you're in the Jeep community, you know it's an XJ. These are cool vehicles, so customizable. They're very capable, even in stock form. They're good little off-roaders for light trails, and there's so many off-road companies that do work with these. You can lift these, put big tires on them, and you can do a lot of work with these. And they have a great engine, so let's go there. Alright guys, here we are under the hood, and yes, this has the 4-liter inline 6 engine. And you can see under here, things are pretty clean, but you can tell it needs a little work. This is a little loose, held on by a zip tie. We actually replaced this. This was leaking, so stay tuned for a video about that. But overall, mechanically, like I said, this vehicle's sound. Now, this is a legendary engine. Everyone knows that the 4-liter Chrysler engine is one of the most reliable inline 6s. It's one of the better engines that Chrysler ever built. In this application, it makes 190 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque. It's adequate to move this vehicle about. It's peppy. It's no Hellcat engine or anything, but this is tried and true and super reliable. If you go on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, or anywhere, you can see these with 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 miles, and they're still going. People beat these engines up and they abuse them, and they still keep on ticking. That's one of the reasons why we picked this. Not only is it a cool off-road vehicle, but it is a very cool engine. Why do we get this? Well, my dad needed something that was cheap, something that was reliable, something he could use in the wintertime. So during this channel, we're going to do a few little things before wintertime comes, you know, fix up a little bit. If you actually look at the front end, you can see it's got the signature Jeep grille, and you can see it's got these aftermarket lights. It originally had the normal lights, but you know how they're kind of dim. You need to replace those if you want to like have it on a livable basis. And we'll actually have a video about how we switch those out. So we're actually going to do a few things with the channel. This is going to be like a light project car here and there, and then eventually, oh, there we go. Eventually, it'll go to my dad for the wintertime. After that, if you guys want to see more, we can modify this. We can fix it up, bring it back to its glory, and if you guys want, maybe go a little ham on it. We'll make it a nice little off-roader. Well, what'd you guys think? I know that the outside's pretty rough. We got rust, we got dents, we got dings, we got paint fade, we got extra paint that was painted over places. But the engine's so reliable. They're such cool vehicles. There's so many aftermarket suppliers making patch panels, things to beef everything up or to restore those vehicles. I think we can make some great content. I can show you guys how to help some of the repairs with the rust, whether it be fixing it, replacing it with a patch panel, or just showing you guys how to stop rust from spreading, as well as doing some nice little mods here and there. And if you guys really like it, in the springtime I can buy it from my dad, helping him out and making that like a permanent stay in this channel, where we can mod it up or do whatever we want depending on what you guys think. Like I said before, I want this channel just to keep growing, and I'm willing to do what it takes to get the job done. Now, I know this camera footage was a little shaky there in the garage. If you have any tips or tricks for me, please let me know. I'm currently using a Canon cheaper camera. Now, if you guys know of a better camera, tips or tricks of lighting, or how to shoot better films outside, let me know, please. It was a little tough doing it, and I apologize, but I'll continue to do better and better. So in the comments below, let me know what you guys think of the project vehicle, or of another vehicle you'd like to see on the channel. But until then, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Stay up to date with the latest and greatest on this channel. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.